Guys, so I got the 814 shocks for the Wolverine. I did not buy them new from 814. I found a good deal on them, and so I figured I'd try it out. Got all four for $1,050. Like new takeoffs, someone bought them and then sold their bike, so I figured it'd be worth trying them out. And I'm glad I didn't pay top dollar for them. I was about to, because look what I just realized. So this is the front shock, and this is a limiting strap it gives you. Now, most of my aftermarket shocks do not require limiting straps. The Can-Am has them because of the back axles, but most aftermarket shocks can handle limiting the suspension. The shock's strong enough. So it's kind of a red flag for me. I'm like, why do these have limiting straps? Well, like, okay, maybe they're using a standard shock body that's a little too long. What that usually means is you're going to lose some up travel. Well, if you look at the limiting strap they send you, which is designed to mount in the bolt holes, it is significantly shorter than your stock front shock. About, I don't know, an inch and a half shorter. But it's worse than that because, you know, an inch and a half at the shock is probably two and a half inches at the wheel. So with this limiting strap, you're going to have 2 or 2.5 inches less max down travel. And in the front, that's stupid. The front axles can handle more down travel. In the rear, yeah, whatever. I mean, the rear has too much down travel anyways, but that's real dumb in the front. So I'm not happy with these shocks at all. I'm probably just going to put them back up for sale because I'm not putting this crap on my bike. I'm not limiting my travel more than stock. Everyone reviews these things great, and I guess it's because you guys have no idea what you're talking about. If you compare the limiting strap they give you for the front, this is the rear, it's got some weird cutout on it to fit the bracket. But if you compare the limiting strap they give you for the front to your stock shock and you see that it's shorter, that tells you something's wrong, guys. You're losing down travel. I'm going to take all the measurements, but I'm willing to bet that with this shock on here, with this shock on the strap, like, you know how it goes like this, you have to compress the shock really far. So you're losing a ton of the stroke. And because the body's so long, I mean, I don't know how this is supposed to work. I don't know who thought this was a good idea, but I am just super unimpressed with these shocks so far. Also, the aluminum feels really soft. You can see where it's all dented up right there already. And that's just from shipping it here. I mean, I don't know. They don't feel quality. They feel real light. The bodies aren't much bigger than stock. Yeah, you got some adjustments here. Who knows if they actually do anything. These bushings and stuff feel pretty similar to my my Elkas and stuff, so that's good. But I mean, this aluminum feels really soft. I don't know. I hate to talk crap about a product, but I don't have anything good to say about this so far. These things look like shit, and the fact that they're limiting your suspension this much doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know, like a Viking or something. He has a shorter shock, but definitely doesn't make sense on my bike. So if anyone knows, you know, any better and I'm wrong, please correct me, but this looks like junk to me so far. All right, guys, this is what I'm talking about. So if you mount the shock up, you know, as designed, with the limiting strap, you see that there's a big difference from where the shock's max down travel is and where it's going to be with the limiting strap. About 4 inches. At the wheel, maybe 5 inches. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not giving up all of that travel. So even if we lower it down to there, I'd still have to take some weight off, some turns off the coil to get it to line up. That's still pretty far away, and that's with the weight of the machine on it. So, no thank you. I'm not losing all that down travel. That's going to ride like crap, and I'm losing a ton of ground clearance. What I'm going to do is mount the limiting strap in a different location, and I'll show you how I do it. All right, so I got the fronts on. Don't have time to mess with the rears yet. The rears are going to be even more fun because of my arched arms. But anyways, way more work than it was worth to install. Really not happy with the result. I need to tighten these down. But there's how I decided to do it. So you can see I trimmed my bracket for the lift kit a little bit so the shock wouldn't rub it. That's the high lifter lift bracket. So basically I have that in place with these shocks. So I should have a good amount of lift. Right, big thick springs, yada yada yada, very adjustable preload, compression and rebound adjusters, which do something, I determined. They wanted you to run the limiting strap again from the bottom bolt to the top bolt. If you do that, you lose way too much down travel. You have less down travel than with the stock shocks, and to me that is 100% unacceptable. Why would I put an aftermarket shock if I'm going to have less travel? So you can see the way I did it, there's a lot of shaft there, so plenty of up travel. I haven't really ridden it yet, but just yanking on the bumper, the dampening doesn't feel great. I'm not super impressed with it compared to the stock shock. Really wish I hadn't bought these. The only part of it that really feels quality are these tools to adjust the preload rings, the lock nuts basically. That's the nicest shock tool I've ever had, and it came with the kit. So that's great. Really happy with the shock tool, not happy with anything else. You should not have to run limiting straps. Like I said, that's kind of lazy. And I don't know, it's just, yeah, I got some more ride height. I got about another inch of ground clearance, so I have it adjusted. But it's probably going to ride too stiff. Probably have to pull the lift kit off, and I'm probably going to throw them in the trash or sell them. I'm really not happy with these shocks at all. I don't know if there's another generation that's come out since then. I bought these open box sway bar, the limiting strap. I bolted it to the A-arm with a big bolt, and then I bolted it to the factory shock mount up there, which isn't giving it the most leverage. It's going to be nicer if it was farther out. But like I said, I didn't want to limit my down travel, because the front, you can use a lot of down travel. The front axles are long, and they don't really bind up hardly at all. So it's sitting about 2 inches from max down travel right now. And you can see that because, there's slack in the straps. So, it's not completely maxed out. But I don't know, I'm not real happy with them at all. So we'll do the rears, we'll do a test drive, and then we'll probably hate it, and we'll take them off and put them up for sale. So if you want some 814s, let me know. And if you're the dude that makes these and you're mad that I don't like the quality of the aluminum and I don't like the limiting strap setup, and I think they're pretty poorly set up, that's fine. You're allowed to be mad at me all you want. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. I wish I hadn't bought these shocks. And I hope you fix it and find a way to send the right length limiting straps, because you can't send me a limiting strap that's 2 inches shorter than my stock shock and tell me that's going to work. I'm not throwing away 3 inches of down travel just to run a shiny thing. I have a feeling most people buy these, they look better. They do look way better than the stock shock. I don't feel that the dampening is any better. The adjustment's nice, but not really worth it in the end.